I want to talk to the woman who has a shopping bag hidden in the trunk of her car right now. Or maybe it's tucked under the bed or hidden in the back of the closet. It's not about the money, is it? It's about the fact that you didn't feel safe enough to just walk through the front door and say, look what I got for myself today. You hid that bag because you wanted to avoid a fight. You wanted to keep the peace. But while you were hiding that bag, you were also hiding a piece of your soul. You are living in what I call the internal room. You talk to your husband about the kids, the bills, and the weather, but the real you is locked away where he can't touch. Today, we are going to talk about the trunk of the car syndrome and why those tiny white lies are actually a debt of peace that is bankrupting your marriage. Before we go further, I want us to be honest. No more masks. In the comments, type, I am here. If you've ever felt like a ghost in your own home. I'm reading every single one. I know what it's like to work hard for your dreams and still feel like you're failing at home. We are here to change that narrative together. Why do we hide the bags? Why do we say I'm fine when we want to scream? It's because most of us were raised to be good girls. A good girl doesn't talk back. A good girl doesn't spend too much. A good girl makes sure everyone else is happy even if she's starving for affection. We brought that good girl into our marriage. We think if we are quiet enough and nice enough, he will finally love us the way we want. But you can't build a real marriage with a good girl. You can only build it with a real woman. A real woman has needs. She has opinions, and yes, sometimes she buys a dress because she wanted to feel beautiful. When you tell a white lie to avoid a fight, you are shrinking yourself, and you can't fit a queen soul into a tiny good girl box. Every time you don't say your truth, you add one brick to that wall in your internal room. You are physically in the same house, but your hearts are 1,000 miles apart. You're not keeping the peace, you are just having a wall that doesn't make any noise. This is the debt of peace. You are borrowing quiet today, but you are paying for it with your joy tomorrow. Eventually, the debt gets too high and the marriage goes bankrupt. You wake up and you realize you've been widowed while he's still sitting right next to you on the couch. That is the loneliest place in the world to be. It makes the house feel like a cold, empty shell where you're just two strangers sharing a fridge. I know the fear is real. You think, Nima, if I'm 100% honest, he's going to leave. Or the fighting will never stop. But carrying a secret is heavier than any fight could be. That is exactly why I created the tools at nimasdigital.com. My tool, Say It Without Fighting, was made for women who are tired of hiding in the trunk of their car. It gives you the soft but smart words to unlock the internal room. It shows how to tell the truth about the money, about the feelings, about the resentment. without starting a fire. It shows you how to tell the truth about the money, about the feelings, about the resentment without starting a fire. You don't have to be a verbal assassin to be honest. You can be a queen who is real. Go to the link in my description and grab your script. Let's start paying off the debt of peace so you can finally breathe. Once the secrets are out, you can finally see each other again. This is when you start your PhD in your partner. When you stop hiding your needs, you can finally start learning his. Ask him, what makes you feel respected? When do you feel most lonely? When you know his heart, you don't have to compromise. Compromise is a gray life. We want a color life. We want to negotiate. Negotiation is when two honest people sit down and say, this is what I need to be happy, and I want you to be happy too. How do we both win? You aren't giving in anymore. You are building a life that actually fits the both of you. Look, being real is hard work. It takes a lot of hustle to build a business and a marriage at the same time. We are out here working for our dreams. And I'm definitely not going back to survival mode. I'm actually not going back. Can you imagine? I'll spend the whole time trying to find a place to sit down. I want a marriage that is as strong as my vision. I want to walk into my home and feel like I'm walking into a sanctuary, not a courtroom. But you can't have that soft life peace if you have a hard heart full of secrets. Being real is the only way to keep the warmth in your home so it never feels like that lonely icebox again. Take the bags out of the trunk today, if you will. Unlock the door to your internal room. The truth may make your voice shake, but it will set your heart free. Head over to nimasdigital.com, get your tools, and let's start being brave together. I love you. I see the real you, the woman behind the mask, and I'll see you in the next video.